After our adventure with the ferry, bus, we were ready to tour Split. The city's main attraction is Dioclesian's Palace, located behind this promenade. The promenade hosts restaurants, cafes, bakeries, and other shops. This is a great location to enjoy a drink and take in the view. There were several squares located throughout Dioclesian's palace. In the center of this square is a statue of Marko Marulic. The inscription at the bottom reads, "As you can see here on this tablet." He is credited as the first Croatian to ever mansplain something. Just kidding, we didn't look it up. This bustling waterfront is called the Riva. It features an expansive boardwalk, numerous eateries, and scenic views. On the west end of the palace, we encountered a mildly unpleasant sulfur smell. We noticed that most of the restaurants did not provide outdoor seating in this area. But the locals take advantage of this natural phenomenon at the local fish market. The smell keeps the flies away from the fresh catch of the day. This is a statue of Gregor Ninsky. Better known as Gregory of Nin, he was a bishop who is famously remembered for defying the Catholic Church. The Church was adamant that all services must be delivered in Latin, but he performed religious services in the national language so that worshippers would better understand the sermon. Gregory became an important figure for Croatians and is now regarded as a historical defender of Croatian culture, language, and statehood. The Golden Gate, as it's known, on the north wall is a 4th century Roman stone entryway to Dioclesian's palace, with arches and ornate statues. This is one of the main entrances to the palace. It is an imposing entrance and is well maintained. The Silver Gate on the east side is one of the old accesses to the Dioclesian's palace. Today it opens up to a food market and is a widely used entrance. It is one of the striking elements within the palace complex. St. Dominus Cathedral is one of the most outstanding landmarks within the Dioclesian's palace. It was built on top of Dioclesian's mausoleum. It is surrounded by 24 Corinthian columns, and its entrance through the peristyle is flanked by 2 lions. One of the best examples of Romanesque sculpture in Croatia are the wooden doors on the cathedral. 2 wings of the Bervina wooden doors contain 14 scenes from the life of Jesus Christ, separated by rich ornaments in wood. The cathedral was named after Saint Dominus, patron saint of Split, who was a 3rd century bishop of Salona. Salona was a large Roman city serving as capital of the province of Dalmatia. Saint Dominus was martyred with 7 other Christians in the persecutions of the Emperor Diocletian. He was born in Antioch in modern-day Turkey and beheaded in 304 at Salona. The cathedral is composed of 3 different sections of different ages. The main part is Emperor Diocletian's mausoleum, which dates from the end of the 3rd century. The mausoleum was built like the rest of the palace with white local limestone and marble of high quality. Straight across from the cathedral and down a short alley, the Temple of Jupiter was dedicated to the supreme Roman god and Diocletian's divine father, Jupiter. The temple is located in the western religious part of the palace. 12 sphinxes were brought to Split after Diocletian put down a rebellion in Egypt somewhere around the year 297. Just like a major part of the palace itself, the sphinxes were decapitated and destroyed with the arrival of Christianity. Why this one still stands remains a mystery. Only 3 have survived the centuries. One is still on the peristyle, the second sits headless in front of Jupiter's temple, and a third is housed in the city museum. The vestibule was once the first section of the imperial corridor in the palace that led via the peristyle to the imperial apartments of the palace. People still live within the walls of Diocletian's palace, and there are several lots for sale if you are interested. Our guide mentioned a lot would cost around $100,000. Of course, since this is a historical site, there could be delays with approvals for renovation or construction. We were told it wasn't unusual for a renovation to take, 15 years or so.